harmful malware infection debug malware. Those are just words. I mean, they're certainly words, but that doesn't really mean anything. That's just nonsense. YouTube, and welcome to my channel. My name is Patrick. I am a cybersecurity professional in the Midwest US, and today we're going to do something a little fun. We're going to go digging in the underbelly of the internet, and we're going to go to some sites that you really shouldn't go to. So with that being said, let's dig right in. So I found this account on Mastodon called urldna.io. And basically, this account goes through the internet and tries to find phishing web pages, and then it reports them here on Mastodon, which I think is pretty dang cool. So we're going to grab this URL to start with, and you'll see that they kind of jumble up the URL a little bit to make it harder to accidentally browse these pages. And we're just going to jump into my handy Ubuntu virtual machine for this, paste in the URL. And obviously we need to fix it a bit here so it'll actually work. All right, there we go. So we have the URL, and right off the bat, you can see it's a deceptive site ahead. So again, you shouldn't be visiting these sites on your own. I'm doing this because I'm in a virtual machine behind a VPN, behind a proxy. So I have pretty reasonable security here. It would be quite a feat for one of these drive-by phishing pages to escape my virtual machine. But, we're going to take the risk because we're here for the content. And let's go ahead and see the details and ignore the risk. All right, Microsoft Windows firewall warning. Oh, it goes full screen. That's nice. All right, so what's this say? It says that server also reports, quote, your information is at a serious risk. Harmful malware infection debug malware error code blah blah blah. Call immediately to save hard disk failure and data loss. This harmful malware is affecting your online information and can track financial activity. Call this number toll free. All right, so there's a lot to unpack there. So first of all, harmful malware infection debug malware. Those are just words. I mean, they're certainly words, but that doesn't really mean anything. That's just nonsense. Call immediately to save hard disk failure. I mean, yeah, in the old days, a piece of malware might, just delete your NBR table and render your hard drive useless. That's not really a thing these days. And I don't think that they knew that when they wrote this fake page. So yeah, what's going on with the rest of this? Windows Firewall wrote warning. Your computer detected some unwanted activity. This will harm your computer data and track your financial activities. And then potential risks infecting other computers on your network. Oh no. Oh no. And then you have the MS Windows security toll-free number. Definitely don't call that number and mess with them. Oh, who would do something like that? All right, let's get out of here. So that's our first little page that we've visited. What else have we got in here? All right, this one looks somewhat interesting. So we're just going to go ahead and grab that URL, same kind of situation here. Jump back over to the virtual machine. And we're going to pop that bad boy in, clean it up a little bit so it actually works. You'll see this is something really common in cybersecurity professions, putting these little brackets around the dots and everything. It's just so that you can't accidentally click it and, visit a bad site on your host computer. Easy enough to get past, though. All right, looks like that one's dead. It's not working anymore. That was 3 hours ago, so not so surprising. Here we go. We have a, oh boy, a Netflix one. That's pretty obvious. Oh, here we go. So this is a fake AT&T login page. So we'll just copy that, jump on over to our virtual machine and paste that bad boy in. Okay, so it's verifying we're human. Okay, so this is a little nefarious. This is a fake AT&T login page. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with someone's AT&T account. Most notably is probably SIM swapping. So basically, someone tricks you into giving away your AT&T account information, And from there, they change your SIM card to a SIM card that they control. And then they go in and they use your SIM card to sign up for all kinds of nefarious things or get into your accounts, rather. So, what I'm interested in is if these buttons down here work. No, those are not buttons. That's just an image. And then also, you notice the two V's here for password. Yeah, so that's pretty common because essentially a lot of browsers will be able to detect that there's this odd page asking for a password. And so I assume that they replaced the W with two V's in order to try to circumvent that. Let's see if there's any other working ones here. Oh, here's a cryptocurrency stealer. Let's look at that. And again, we need to clean up the URL here. I'm noticing a reoccurring theme. A lot of these seem to be hosted on this Gitbook website. So if you're on Mastodon, and I highly recommend that you do get on Mastodon, you're going to find this user accounts on the InfoSec Exchange server. You should definitely give them a follow. They post all kinds of interesting malicious links, and it's a good way to keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the underground internet world. So, of course, this begs the question, Patrick, what do I do if I end up on one of these sites? Well, it's quite simple. First of all, stay calm and don't rush into anything. You see, a reoccurring theme in social engineering attacks, which is what this is, a reoccurring theme is that they try to get you to act quickly, right? It's an old school con artist trick, really. The goal is to get you to act quickly so that you don't pay attention to what you're clicking on or what you're doing, gets you with your guard down. So, number one thing to do, take a step back, breathe, and consider what might be malicious about the thing you're looking at. That'll thwart 90% of these attempts. And another thing to look out for are grammatical issues or words that just don't make sense. Like, why would you replace a W with two V's and password on a legitimate site? Again, if you're in a hurry and you're rushing through this, you might not notice that, which is why, again, it's critical for you to take a step back, really consider how you got to this page, and then look closely at it because the tells are always there. And so if you land on one of these malicious pages, don't freak out. Usually 99% of the time, if you close your browser tab, you're good. And if you end up on one of these pages that you suspect might be fake, what you can do is close that tab and then manually go in a new tab to the website of the service provider and then log in there on the legitimate website and check your notifications for whatever alerts or whatever has prompted you to land on that original page. Now, if you fall for something like this, well, you need to reset your computer. Unfortunately, if you called that number and had a fake Windows support technician connect to your computer and do God knows what with it, well, you need to unplug that thing from the internet and reformat it. I'm sorry, but that's just the reality of this kind of thing. You don't know what they could have done after they connected. But as long as you don't type anything in, as long as you don't give it permission to do anything on your computer, you're going to be safe 99% of the time. Now, yes, there are sometimes vulnerabilities in the web browser that can be exploited and used to infect your computer. But if you're up to date on your software updates, the thing is, those are very valuable exploits, and they don't get used willy-nilly on random people clicking on their emails. Those are saved for the high-profile targets. Now, if you're behind on updates, you haven't updated your software in a while, they might be using an old exploit that, is worthless at this point. So, again, top 3 things to take away from this. First of all, be patient with yourself. Do not rush into anything. Look closely at the page that you're on. Second, close the tab and go to the service provider's actual website and log in there. And third, keep your software up to date. If you do those three things, again, 99% of the time, you're going to be completely fine. Anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Patrick. I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you enjoy this kind of content, hit the subscribe button down below. That's how you can let me know that you want to see more videos like this. And I had a lot of fun making this for you. I hope you enjoyed it as well. Catch you in the next one.